Ricky, where you say PG.
You don't have to say PG for me.
Oh,
I
he said it.
I like the R-rated version.
Uh-oh.
He can't unmute quick enough because you don't know what you just unleashed.
That's okay.
It is Anton.
My virgin ears can handle it.
I don't know where Anton is, but all right, guys, we're gonna go in and do our training.
See you guys. Great to meet you. Hope to see you.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Have a good day. All right. You know what? We're just gonna sit right here. Sorry if you hear the family or stuff, but it's too dark in the other room. All right, Monica, thank you for kicking this off for us tonight. As you guys can see, you guys to miss training. So let's do this. Monica, why don't you, I'm gonna lead into you. Let's kick off your section. We will keep tonight kind of brief just because we have guests out there. But then I want to do another push group meeting sometime this week. So we'll jump in the push group and do that. But you guys know every week I ask you, what do you want? What do you need help with? What do you guys feel is on your heart that you don't understand? There's been a lot of comp plan questions. There's been a lot of stuff. And one of the questions that we got today in our team chat was, how do you fit this business into your schedule when you work? Like if you work a lot, if you work a full-time job. And so while I'm great at multitasking and juggling, you know, I was a single mom, I worked a full-time job plus 3 part-time jobs. I wasn't doing network marketing then. And so when you don't know how to answer something, you find someone that people can relate to and have a story. So I reached out to Monica and asked her if she would mind.
Uh-oh, you faded away. We can't hear you. Or maybe she.
Sorry. So I reached out, it is a zoo around here. I reached out to Monica, and you know, Monica was working full-time when she joined this business. And then she got injured and she was on medical leave for several months. And then she went back to work. So I feel like you're the perfect person. You know, Bianca's another great one who's getting on here, but you're the perfect person that can answer this question of, how do you figure out fitting this business into your day? You guys know on the call the other night with Portia and the ladies, if you're on there, listen to it. I talked about the work-home life balance, because you do have to find that too, right? Like if there's no balance, and Mike's on his phone a lot more than me. Like I'm better about setting my phone down. There's days where I'm like, I don't even know where my phone is. Mike's on his phone more than I am, to where I even get annoyed sometimes. I'm like, put your freaking phone down, dude, and pay attention to us. And so you have to have that home work life balance. So you're, you know, you don't want your husbands or your wives annoyed that you're on your phone all day. So you have to communicate about those things. You have to divide and conquer. So I can help you on that all day long. But Monica, I'm excited for you to share your story, and you guys can hopefully relate to that. If you are working full-time, part-time, whatever, how you can find a groove of making this work in the nooks and crannies of your day like she does. So girl, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Okay. Yeah, it was just funny that this topic got brought up, because Brandy and Bianca, we were on a meeting with our team, our smaller team on Saturday. And I was just encouraging my team that most of my team works full-time job. And in order to be successful and do this, you really got to treat it like it is an actual part-time job, that you clocked out from your full-time job and now you're going to an actual business somewhere or wherever that you're clocking in somewhere. So I have been encouraging my team, guys, you really got to say, okay, where can I fit this into the nooks and crannies of my day? Is it get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning? Or is it my lunchtime? Or do I want to set some time after work? I know for me personally, I get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 a.m. is for me to do personal development, devotion. That I get all my time in for myself in the morning, go to work, and then I use my lunch hour. If I don't have lunch plans with my friends, I have a full hour for lunch. I use my lunch hour for, say hi. That's where I actually get either my second post up for the day, because I've already done a morning post. I do a morning post. I try to do a post in the afternoon, and that's usually on my lunchtime. And that's when I also add something into my stories. And then I'll add another post when I get off of work or later in the evening, and then I'm adding into my stories again. But you really need to sit down and check yourself and say, okay, if I was going somewhere to work, a part-time job, what would be the perfect hours for me to set for myself? Is it I come home from work, get dinner ready, and then I hop back into my full-time job? Maybe it's just an hour, maybe it's just 2, but you know, from 6 to 8 or from 6 to 7, you're devoting to your business. Another way it helps me to stay organized, and I got gifted this little hourly planner, but an hourly planner, I'm gonna actually show you today. Here's today. So I don't know how much you guys can actually see all of this hourly planner on here, but I have
We
an
can
hourly
see
planner.
it. Can I just say, I love, love, love seeing you use that. That's all. Continue.
Girl, if I didn't have this planner, I would not know. Okay, because I mean, it does have, I have my wake up time, I have my work time in there. I also have lunch schedule, but I know lunch for me means I'm working. Then I have my Bible study, I know is at 6, and our team meeting is at 8. So I know somewhere in between those hours, I need to fit in. For me, I want to do at least 2 hours of work. Some days it may only be an hour and I'm just doing follow-ups, I'm checking on host to post or whatever. But you really need to check yourself and figure out how many hours or how much time a day you can devote to your business. I know me, I don't know how everybody else is, but besides working a full-time job, I'm a mom of 2. I got a 5-year-old who's hanging over here with me, and I have a 13-year-old who's in the cheer. So she's in the sports, he's in the sports. Yep, police. And then my husband's a coach. So I try to get as much done in while he's not here, because when my husband comes home, and like now, I mean, you guys wouldn't even really think about it, but football season's starting for him. He's doing meetings and everything. So when he walks in this door by 8:30, I'm trying to be done with work. Because again, like Brandy said, I don't want him to then look at me and be like, you on your phone? Like, seriously, really, you couldn't get all that done earlier in the day? So I have been trying to get better with managing my time, that I can devote time to my family in the evening. So again, it's me being real with myself and saying, okay, after I get off work, after dinner is done, I'm going to sit down, focus, and I'm going to knock out an hour or 2 of work. But it's also letting me be able to reward myself by Sunday. Brady and I have talked about this. I need to start taking a break. So if I hustle and work my butt off during the week, I can say, okay, I deserve to have Sunday off. I can set my phone down, put it on do not disturb, and I don't have to worry about touching my business because I know I worked hard enough earlier in the week. Another thing that helps me, and Brandy, we might have to drop this in the Praise Slay chat again, is just the daily task. I know we get away from it, and I check myself when I don't do it, because that's when I can see there's some slowness in my business. But that daily task is what helps move your business along. It's doing the engagements, it's making sure you're putting your posts up, it's making sure you're talking about the opportunity, those type of things. So there's, depending on which list you use, there's sometimes 6, sometimes there's more. Some people don't do TikTok, some people don't do Reels. So, I mean, you do what fits you, but if you know you're really doing the posting, the follow-ups and the engagement, that's going to move your business along. So that's how I handle it. I mean, I don't want to make myself get burnt out. I hit Ruby right at that time where I was coming off of medical leave, going back into work. So I had to figure out a way, how was I going to be able to keep my rank and keep moving while going back to work? Because I worked so hard to get myself to that I needed to check myself and say, okay, this is a job, this is my business. And if I was going to work a job somewhere, I'll be clocking in between these hours. And at the end of the week, I can say I work 20 hours a week on my business. That's how you got to do it.
That's so good. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat or go ahead and unmute. Monica, can I just say, you and I have the same child, just in a different version. One's male, one's female, same flipping child. You handle him with such grace. Like, I just want to say that. And hey, is he right there? Can I say something, my little man? I'm gonna make a deal with him. We're gonna do an incentivization program. Hey, are you listening?
You listening?
All right. Hey, when your mom does these Zooms, okay, when your mommy's sitting here doing these Zooms, the next 5 Zooms that she does, you listening?
You listen.
The next 5 Zooms that she does, if you let her do the Zooms without climbing on her, putting stuff in front of her face, I'll send you a present.
Is that a deal?
We're going to bring you into the business too. You come up and say hi, because I love when you come and say hi to me.
Wait a minute. Does that apply to me as well? If
That
I
does
don't
not
interrupt?
apply to you as well, Cookie.
Wait a
Cookie.
minute.
We already got a deal for you. I muted you out. We already got a deal for you. But hey, Marcel, my little man, are you on board with that plan?
He said,
Is that a deal? All right. But your mom will keep track. 5 Zooms. So it might take a week or 2, or it might take a couple weeks. But if you can do that for 5 Zooms, I'll send you something super cool from Florida. And you know what I found about a week ago here in Florida? I found a big shark's tooth on the beach.
Ooh, we were just talking about sharks too, right? Yep.
So maybe I'll put
Okay.
together some fun stuff for you.
Okay, tell her it's a deal.
All
right,
All right.
Starts today. Starts today. There you go.
Mom is like, get your booty out of here. Okay, so does anyone have any questions or anything you want to add on what Monica just shared? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about mindset. We'll keep tonight kind of short because we have guests, and I'm going to do a push group training. But we are just talking about mindset out there and about how, you know, a lot of the teams talk about colors. I'm going to talk about what we were just talking about. A lot of teams are like, I'm a green or I'm a this, or I don't do that because I'm a red or whatever. And you've noticed our team doesn't do that. We don't talk a lot in that language because we don't look at ourselves as we're limited because we're this. We're limited because we're this. We can't do this because of this. The motto of our team is kind of, we figure it out, whatever it is we can't do, we figure it out and we do it. And our team is really good about that. And our team is really good about not letting anything hold us back, about overcoming things and working together when something, look, you guys know I am not organized. I'm forgetful. When Monica wants me on a call, I'm like, girl, you got to call me in like 10 minutes. Kayla, can you move that foil away from the candle just to be safe? I'm like, you gotta, and I have very bad ADD. Like, you gotta give me a reminder. Monica, no, it's yellow watermelon. Sorry if you thought that was pineapple. Monica knows, like, her and I work really well together. And so she knows after being on several Zooms with me and on the team for several months, that if Brandy announces something new and exciting that you can tell is kind of just came to me on the Zoom, she texts me after or the next day and was like, now don't forget you did this. Don't forget you launched this. So instead of me saying that's one of my weaknesses, I know that I've got a girl that's got my back. So that's one thing I do love about our team. And I want you guys to truly look at yourselves as you're limitless. You can do anything. We were just talking about how I grew up my whole life being a black sheep. I never fit in. Some of you know me since high school. I was a girl that never fit into a certain crowd. I kind of was friends with everybody. I was always grounded because I did not like authority, always grounded. Like, I never fit in anywhere. And it's because I was always a black sheep. It's because I'm the kind of person that I need to be free. I need to march to my own beat. I need to, you know what I mean? Like, I've got to do things like that. We are the pattern breakers. We are not black sheep. And so people that are in a network marketing business, you are typically the black sheeps of the family, but we're not going to call ourselves that. We're the pattern breakers. We are the ones that are not happy at the 9 to 5. We are the ones that aren't happy at a capped income. We're the ones that aren't happy, like, doing the same thing over and over again. Are you guys leaving? Let me give them a hug real quick. Hold on, guys. Sorry.
Hey, we're giving all you guys hugs too.
Oh,
What's up, Andy?
thank you. Bye, guys. Okay, in a minute. So you guys are those people. You are the people that for whatever reason feel unsettled in your life. It's crazy here. You're unsettled in your life and you want more. And so when you're that person, it shakes up the people around you, right? So when you grow, you unsettle everybody around you who's not growing. Because you know what? It sucks to face your weaknesses. It sucks to face what you're not doing right. And you have to face all those things to grow, right? If you're having trouble with your spouse, if you don't talk about it, then nobody talks and you get divorced. But if you and your spouse are having a problem, if you sit down and confront the issues and decide together to work through them, then your relationship thrives and you have a happy marriage. So I want you guys to remember that you already are breaking patterns just by starting this business. Even if the business isn't going as fast as you want it to, or it's not going as smoothly as you want it to, right? You're already breaking patterns. So keep that in mind. Remember that this is a marathon, not a sprint. So don't take that as me saying move slowly, because trust me, none of us want anyone on our team who moves slowly, but show up and be consistent. And that consistency might look, Monica talked about what her day's like in doing her tasks. The consistency might look different for all of us. and mine might be more than some of yours, and that's okay. As long as every day you're putting one foot in front of the other and doing the things, right? Your business will steadily grow. Can you wait till daddy comes in here and daddy will help, okay? It's crazy around here. So keep your eye on the prize, keep focused. If you need help staying consistent and focused, find an accountability partner. There are plenty of people on the team who also could use an accountability partner. So reach out, find someone to snap you out of your funk if you get into it. And you guys, we just found out tonight some big things coming, like in a couple days. Big things coming. Yeah. So he told me that I could share, but we couldn't share publicly. So I'm just going to stop the recording because this will conclude most of our training there. Stop the recording.